Hello, and welcome to Mission to Space by me, Harry Simmons, in Year 7, 7A, KEL Tutor Set. To be able to travel to this exoplanet, we must have a very good spaceship. We'll need a very innovative design to make sure that we have all of the things that we need, and this will be outlined in a couple of minutes. The spaceship must be able to withstand extremely hot and cold temperatures on the outside by maintaining a constant temperature while maintaining a constant temperature on the inside. The spaceship must be fully sealed and have a thick, heat-proof layer on the outside. The spaceship must also be sealed completely, as the air on the outside of the spaceship will not be suitable to breathe, as it will not contain the right chemicals that Earth's air contains. The spaceship must be filled with compact oxygen that can be pumped in, and also have a valve to let CO2 that the humans will make while breathing out into the open. Humans need oxygen to live, as this is what we breathe in to keep us alive. To travel hundreds of years away, the spaceship must have innovative and useful features. The table shows the different features of the spaceship. Idea 1. A fully automated system that requires no human help. All of the humans will be in a deep sleep, so nobody will be available to maintain the ship or control it. This means that we're going to need to have a system that will be able to maintain any faults and be able to fix them without any human help. To control the ship, we could do it automatically now, but it can't do it without any human help or be able to fix any of the faults. It may be around 200 years until we can get to this innovative type of design. My second and last idea is a gauge that can maintain the levels of oxygen to simulate the Earth's air. The air outside is not breathable, so you would need to make a way that it is possible to maintain constant levels of the chemicals that are in the Earth's air. You would need to find a way to store compressed oxygen in a good way, trying to reduce the space that it takes up, so that we don't need a massive spaceship. Once we arrive in the area, we need to decide which planet is suitable. There are around three different ways. To start with, you might look at the planet. Is there any liquid on it? Can you see any liquid on it? And is there any steam coming out of it? Any steam or maybe gases coming out of it to show that it's hot? If it passes that test, are there any hills on the planet? The surface? And is it big enough to house Earth's population before you decide to go and land? And once you land, you need to test the breathability. Does the planet have oxygen on? Can you breathe it? Can you breathe on the planet? And is it close enough to a star to be able to be hot enough so that you can be out there without using our own power? There'll need to be a space for humans to live on if we decide to live on this planet. To land the spaceship, we must land in a flat enough area so that you can get the ship in, and also enough space around it to land, for the air to move, and also for humans to disembark. The area that we must live in must contain some form of water, whether ice, steam, or liquid. The area must be quite flat, but it can have some small hills like Earth has, just maybe not massive drops of 200 meters that are 90-degree angles. And the area must be big enough to hold Earth's population, so it needs to be a planet hopefully bigger than Earth, or the same size. We'll need to bring some things from Earth to be able to live there. Any manufacturing that has been done at Earth, we're using 2020 ideas here, and by the time we actually need to go, there may be a lot more things that we cannot live without. Any manufacturing that you may need to live, although you won't need this for the first visit. If you're going to live, then you will need anything from cars to cranes. You'll need to take some food to survive. Dried food that you take into space is great, and use this in the International Space Station or if you travel to the moon. This is used very often. You can use dried bananas or nuts, and sometimes they use powdered drinks that you can add liquid to. You'll need some form of entertainment, as you won't always be studying on the planet on the first time that you go. Maybe some books. Any equipment for studying the planet, such as dials and examining equipment, maybe telescopes, things such as metal detectors, and a way of communicating with Earth to mission control. You'll need to show how you're doing and how safe you are on the planet. You may also need like an electricity box or something like that so that you can use electricity. For cars, you're going to need to bring fuel. So there's a lot of things you may need to bring. However, you might be able to find some of this on the planet. Not much, but a little bit. If the planet is made of rock, you may be able to make bricks and to make shelters such as houses. If you crush the rock and then add liquid, you might be able to make cement so that you can glue the bricks together. And depending on whether there is life, you may be able to find food or animals on the planet that you could kill to make food. A very good luck with the mission, everybody who's involved. And I hope that this information was helpful and will be useful on the trip. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. By Harry Simmons, 21st of May, 2020.